Ancient wisdom tells us that even the sun can be eclipsed, and that profound insight about imperfection and redemption might just change how we think about second chances in our modern world.
That's such an intriguing perspective. What made you start exploring these ancient texts about mortality and renewal?
Well, I came across this fascinating passage that talks about repentance and redemption in a way that feels incredibly relevant today. It specifically addresses those who are losing hope and offers this beautiful message about how it's never too late to change course.
You know what's interesting about that? It seems to go against our current culture of permanent judgment and cancel culture.
Exactly right, and here's what really caught my attention. It uses this powerful metaphor about the sun being eclipsed to make a point about human fallibility. Think about it. Even the most constant force in our lives can have moments of darkness.
Hmm, that's quite profound. How does it connect that natural phenomenon to human behavior?
Well, it's fascinating because it acknowledges that flesh and blood plan evil. It's this really honest look at human nature. But then it immediately balances that with this incredible perspective about mercy and forgiveness. Recent psychological studies actually support this approach, acknowledging our capacity for wrongdoing while maintaining hope for change leads to better outcomes.
That kind of balanced perspective seems pretty rare these days, doesn't it? Everything tends to be black and white.
And here's what makes it even more interesting. It places all of this in a cosmic context. It talks about these armies of the lofty sky while describing humans as dust and ashes. This reminds me of what astronomers call the overview effect, when astronauts see Earth from space and gain this profound new perspective on human existence.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, how seeing the bigger picture can actually help us understand our immediate challenges better.
Right, and it specifically addresses something we're struggling with in our current mental health crisis. The text asks, who is going to praise the Most High in Sheol? Essentially saying that the time for action and change is now, while we're alive. Modern mindfulness practices echo this same emphasis on present moment awareness.
So it's really about seizing the opportunity while we have it, isn't it?
Precisely, and what's particularly fascinating is how it emphasizes that not everything is within human capacity, while still insisting on human agency in making moral choices. It's like what modern psychologists call the paradox of acceptance and change. Acknowledging our limitations actually helps us make better use of our capabilities.
That makes me think about how we often struggle with finding that balance between accepting our limitations and pushing for change.
And you know what's really striking? This ancient wisdom aligns with recent research on resilience and growth mindset. When we understand that even the sun can be eclipsed, that imperfection is natural, we're actually more likely to attempt positive changes in our lives.
You know what's really powerful about this whole discussion? How these ancient insights seem to offer solutions to very modern problems.
Absolutely right. And here's the key takeaway. This text suggests that true wisdom lies in holding both our cosmic insignificance and our moral significance in balance. It's not about being perfect. It's about being perfectly aware of our capacity for both failure and renewal.
That's such a hopeful message for anyone feeling stuck or discouraged by their past mistakes.
Well, as we wrap up, I think that's the most valuable insight we can take from this ancient wisdom, that acknowledging our limitations doesn't diminish our potential for positive change. It actually enhances it.